What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Once again, we're back working on the Duramax. We're getting into the exciting part, or at least I think it's the exciting part. So, in the last video, you saw we put the up pipes on, and the trans dipstick tube in, and the pedestal on, and the exhaust housing on. And then I put the downpipe in, and we ran into an issue. So, that's kind of what today's video is going to be about. We're going to go over what I ran into, how we're going to fix it, and probably get a couple other things done. So, let's get right into it. Alright, so like I just explained, in the last video, we got pretty much all this done. Once we put the downpipe in back there is where we ran into issues. Alright, so the problem we ran into, we're down in the passenger side wheel well. And the problem we ran into is, I'm going to try and show you this. I really don't know how well it's going to work, but we'll see. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so on this downpipe, it goes to the factory style flange. And if you can see that, that's about a 1/4 inch gap. So that is not going to work, so we have to fix that. So I went down underneath the truck, and this exhaust has been on this truck for probably about five-ish years. This exhaust has been on here. So, and I dailied it for a good portion of that time. So as you can guess and expect, we have some corrosion and rust issues. So this is one of the exhaust clamps, super rusty. This side's nut came off nice and easy. This side broke right off. So, got the clamp off, and I'm heating the exhaust, beating on it, trying to pry it apart. Can't get it apart, so it's like rusted together. So, this is where my next idea came in. So, here's the solution. I went and picked up a 5-inch, one of the exhaust like band clamps. This is, I believe it's 3 inches wide. Alright, so I'm going to crawl under the truck, and I'm gonna show you kind of how I'm thinking about fixing this, and I think it'll work. It should work. So I'm gonna explain that to you guys here. That is where the clamp came off of. So my plan is I'm gonna just take my Sawzall and I'm gonna cut. This is like a little, I don't know. It's like a little adapter piece right here. If you can tell, there's another clamp right there. So I'm going to end up cutting it with a Sawzall right at that seam, and then I'm going to use that band clamp, and, well, before I do that, I'm going to attach it up on the downpipe, and then I'll come back and I'll reattach it back here. That's my plan to fix that. It should work. If it doesn't, then I just got to get a little section of exhaust pipe and put it in there, and that'll fix it. But we're going to try I'll say the easier way first, because this exhaust is, well, you could tell, it's really rusted together. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. It's probably going to be off camera just because I know it's going to fight me. So we'll catch up with you guys once we get all that done. We got the downpipe tight. It's tight up on the exhaust housing on the turbo as well. And then down underneath, and down underneath there's our clamp. Everything's nice and tight. I think it turned out pretty good. We put the plug down in the valley for the stock oil feed, and now we're going to run the oil line down to the side of the block.
Alright, so that's a pretty tight fit in there. I ended up having to take out that screw there to get a socket on it to snug it up. But so I gave you the part number for that, and then what I'm going to be doing is I have this it's a 30-degree bend. This is all 1/2-inch push lock, or they call it -8. So there's the part number for that, and that's almost even more of a tight fit going on there. So the reason I ended up getting a 30-degree fitting instead of a straight fitting for that one, where the Y bridge is at, which I don't think it's going to matter on this, but on like the factory style Y bridges that the billet bridges you can put in there, they don't work very good with straight ones. The hose like almost kinks, so we got that 30-degree one. So let's go ahead and we're going to get this pump installed, and then we'll start getting some fuel line made up. Alright, so what we got going on here, you just saw me put this on, and then I went up in the engine bay and measured out this piece of hose and cut it. So what I'm trying to mimic is kind of like the factory like quick disconnect, but I wanted AN stuff. So I got a push lock straight here, -8, a male-to-male union, and then another straight. So if the motor's ever got to come out, I can just disconnect it from right here and set the fuel line off to the side instead of trying to dig down into the valley and get that off right away. So that's kind of my thought process behind that. And then the other thing, I just went to, so then the other thing, this 1/2-inch line, to buy it online is insanely expensive. So I just went to my local Parker store, and that's the part number on it. It's that 801-8, and this is it's actually what the brand Fagola or whatever, however you pronounce that. They make AN fittings and stuff. This is exactly what they sell to you, but they mark it up like 300%. So ended up going there, picked up 20 feet of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some fittings pushed on here, and we'll catch back up with you. Let me tell you what, that was not easy. They run an O-ring instead of the gasket, so they run an O-ring in there instead of this like wide gasket here, if it'll ever focus. But man, so we got that on. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bridge on, just so when I'm routing stuff that I get it right. So we just got done running the fuel line, ran it from the engine bay all the way back to lift pump. So all of our fuel lines are run now, the return, everything, it's all set and ready to go. Everything's sitting all good. Bring this up here. So it's our fuel feed right there. We got the little union, you can see it back there. All the returns and everything. So we're sitting pretty good. We got the Y bridge installed and I boost leak checked it, so we're good to go there. So that's gonna wrap this video up. We got a lot done, and the next video, it's gonna really start to come together. I know it looks a lot better than when we first started in this video, but so in the next video, it's gonna come together even more. We're gonna put all the front accessories back on it and finish out the cold side pipe from the Y bridge to the intercooler, and also put the hot side pipe back on. So it's really going to start to come together, and then we can kind of start planning out what we're going to do for our intake. So that's going to do it for this one. If you're stopping in for the first time, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video on the way out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.